welcome back to the Starr Carter Personal Finance Show. I do appreciate you joining me. My name is Starr Carter. If this is your first time joining, please consider being a subscriber. Make sure you guys are cutting on your notification. That way you don't miss out on new content, and give this video a like. And if you're able to, hype it up as well. All right, so we got to get through all the formalities before we get to the nitty gritty of today's video. So if you're not new to my channel, I have done several videos ever since Capital One and Discover has merged. Even before then, I've done plenty of Capital One videos. So today is just some more updates. We're going to talk about deposit accounts now, okay? So if you have a Discover high yield savings account, you may or may not have gotten some information letting you know that your Discover high yield savings account will be moving to the Capital One 360 savings account. So let's check that out. So if you go to the Discover website from your desktop, which I'm on my desktop, this is how it looks. It's letting you know off the top, Discover is part of Capital One. Now, how I got to this is because I Googled Discover high yield savings accounts, and this is where it takes you to. You can no longer even apply for a high yield savings account through the Discover website or through their app. Okay, so that is gone. It is over with that. Now, that's funny enough because I just opened up a high yield savings account with Discover like literally last September. Yeah, I want to say it was either August or September. And so there was no, forewarning or anything like that. Now, also to let you guys know, I have not gotten an email regarding this change. I saw this change on Reddit. So let's go to the Capital One website and let's take a look at what they're saying. All right, so when you go on the Capital One, you got the Discover Capital One. Discover is part of Capital One. Your Discover savings account is becoming a Capital One savings account. What to expect? We'll do the heavy lifting. We'll set you up your Capital One 360 performance savings account with direct deposit, past statements, and other account settings. When it is time, we will be in touch about your account and send you more info about how to manage it using the Capital One website and app. What to expect? You're going to expect the same rate, same account number, ongoing support. When it's time, manage your account with Capital One. And it's letting you know that there's no fees, no minimum, same account number, same rate, FDIC insurance, in-person support. And then, of course, they got the FAQ. So I'm not excited about this at all. I'm not only because I'm not a fan of Capital One, despite having a Capital One card forever. I told you they're bad about putting you in a bad credit bucket. If you join them when your credit is bad, they're bad about not, taking you out of that frame of mind that they have around your personal finance. If you get a credit card with them when your credit is bad and you're trying to rebuild it, and I've said this before, they're not for rebuilding. But I'm definitely not excited about this change because Capital One has had issues before about not paying their interest. So let's take a look at that. And so this has not been that long ago. Okay, so the CFPB sues Capital One for cheating consumers out of more than $2 billion in interest payments and on savings accounts. And I don't know if you guys remember, but it was like a whole it was like a class action, a lawsuit or whatever. Because I want to say I got a card in the mail, and I might have did a video about it. I can't remember, to be honest with you, because I've done so many videos. But if I find it, I'll link it. So the CFPB was in the process. And you see this article is from January the 14th of 2025. And so they were in the process of suing them. I want to say Navy Fed was in one as well. But we know that as of January the 20th of 2025, when the new administration came in, they came in with Doge and all that crap, and they gutted the CFPB. And so nothing happened with this. It eventually did not go all the way through because, again, the CFPB was gutted. But they were going after them. It says today the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau sued Capital One, parent holding company Capital One Finance Corp for cheating millions of consumers out of more than $2 billion in interest. The CFPB alleges that Capital One promised consumers that its flagship 360 savings account provided one of the nation's best and highest interest rate, but the bank froze the interest rate at a low level while rates rose nationwide. Around the same time, Capital One created virtually identical product, 360 Performance Savings. Here we are. That differed from 360 Savings only that it paid out substantially more in interest, at one point more than 14 times the 360 savings rate. So that's why I'm not excited about this, because Capital One has not proven to do right. Okay, they have not proven to do right. And so when we're talking about saving our money and trying to get the best interest rate that we can, because we know regular banks, you're probably going to get 0.001 on a savings account. And a lot of people do not want to tie up their money in a certificate. Like I have a special certificate with Navy Federal that pays like 3.7 or something like that. But it's locked in a certificate. So I will not be able to take that money out without a penalty. And I will have to wait for that money to, for that certificate to mature. So high yield savings accounts are the best way for you to still take advantage of a great savings rate, but not have your money in a state that you cannot take it out without a penalty. So it makes the withdrawal, it makes it easier for you. So it makes that savings account more liquid, just in case if you do need to pull it out. But it's a better bet in putting it in that type of savings account than having it into like your regular savings account with your bank that's probably, like I said, paying nothing. And then even with the credit unions, you know, it might be paying anywhere from 0.15, 0.20. It's still not a lot. But while the interest rates are still high, which they're going down, because I remember like I think it was in 2021 or something like that, the interest rates were all the way up to like 5% or more, and so they're steady coming back down. But in lieu of this high yield savings account with Discover, I have some alternatives that I'm going to put on the screen. So the first one that I'm putting up is American Express. So if you are an American Express card holder, as I am, this would be another place that you can start if you want to continue to build your relationship with American Express. This is another way to start to build it outside of the credit part of it. So this is where I'm going. I'm going to American Express. I'm moving the money that I have in my Discover high yield savings before they even get the chance to send me a letter and let me know that it's changing. I'm going on ahead and opening up a high yield savings account with American Express. Theirs right now is currently at 3.3 APY. Move money online, no monthly fees, interest compounds daily, 24/7. And then you also can put, how much would you earn if you put in, whatever your dollar amount. So if you put in 5,000, you could earn 165. And they're saying that the national average, you earn like $20. But if you were to put 5,000 in here, let it sit for a year, you're looking at gaining $165, which that's really good. If you leave it in 3 years, at 512, in 5 years, it steady goes up. So it's just giving you a little calculator to show you, how much you can potentially make. Also, they make it easy. You can open up an account just by going online. So this is where I am going to be moving my Discover high yield savings account. I'm going to be moving it to American Express again, because I already have a relationship with them. I'm already using their app. I have a American Express Prime card. I also have American Express Business Prime, I meant to say. And then I have an American Express Blue Plus and Blue Cash. Both of those are business cards as well. I also have a personal loan that I had got with them. I did a video about that. So I already have a relationship with them. And so it just makes sense to just gather one more thing, a relationship. And I also have a business checking account with them too, that I kind of use more like a savings, because it pays like 2-point-something% as well. So I kind of use it more as a savings. But again, I already have a relationship with them. had a relationship with them. I used to have the American Express Gold card, but once it went up to like $3.95 for the annual fee, I wound up just $3.75, whatever it is. I wound up getting rid of it because it just didn't make sense for the type of spend that I was doing. So I wound up just canceling that card and just keeping the business card. So this is the route that I'm going to be going. If you're not a American Express holder, there are some other alternatives that we could take a look at. Now, if you're not an American Express card holder, don't let that deter you from taking advantage of the high yield savings account. If that's what you want to do, you can always build a relationship with them over there and maybe eventually do get an actual American Express card. But I did find this on the internet when I was searching high yield savings account. So Synchrony, a lot of people use Synchrony for credit cards. Like if you have, a lot of the store cards are Synchrony cards. Like Rooms to Go, Synchrony, the Amazon store card is through Synchrony. So a lot of the store cards are Synchrony Bank. Also, what is it? Sam's Club. Yep, even their business, because I have a business card with them and it's through Synchrony. So Synchrony is very popular. So it's not some type of fly-by-night type of financial institution that you may not have any dealings with. But I did not know that they offered high yield savings until I was doing my research. So set new winter goals into motion, 3.5 APY saving with the Synchrony Bank high yield savings account can be easier or more rewarding. Scroll down to see why. And so they got some 2024 best things. We can help you achieve your goals, competitive rates, no minimum balance, flexible access. Enjoy the flexibility of being able to easily withdraw or transfer whenever you need to. No monthly fees, FDIC insured, customer account alerts. Like they got some testimonials. So what you would normally look for in a high yield savings account, that's pretty much what it is giving based on the information here on their website. Also have that same calculator. If you don't want to go with this, I'm gonna tell you, it's going to be hard really to find a high yield savings in actual brick and mortar bank, because these banks are online, that's how they're able to give you such a high interest rate, right? That's how they're able to do that, is because they're online. They don't have the overhead of a regular bank or credit union, and therefore you don't have to tie your money up. So that's the different caveat. You will be doing your banking strictly online. All right, here is another option, Marcus by Goldman Sachs. If you are a Apple Card holder, for now, Goldman Sachs is the issuing bank, but we know that Chase is going to be taking over the Apple Card. So Goldman Sachs, you may already have a relationship with them if you have the Apple Card. That's what I'm getting at. So if you're a high earner and you really want to start, like you want to kick the door in and really start with a high amount that you want to put in the savings, they do have some cash bonus. You can earn up to $1,500 in cash bonus, but you would have to put in upwards of $100,000. So that's why I say if you high income earner where you could possibly meet that goal, then this may be a good option for you. But they do have a $100 bonus with $10,000 plus $750 for $50,000 plus. And so this is another way that you can, especially if you have like a natural amount of money sitting in, say, Discover. So we're looking at 3.65. This is about the highest that I've seen that's outside of a certificate account. Okay. Another option to look at is a Fidelity Cash Management account. You can use the Fidelity Government Money Market Fund to get 3.31. So this is an option as well. Or if you just leave it in the regular deposit sweep program, is 1.84, still beating out a regular bank. Now I use Fidelity for investments, and I do have a cash management account. I do like it. And you can get a debit card with it. It'll be treated just like a checking account, but also have savings benefits. So this is something else that you could do your research on. I'm not going to really get into the weeds of it, but it is an option, especially if you are familiar with Fidelity. Do some more research. Again, you can also research high yield savings account. If you currently have a Discover high yield savings account and you are like me and do not want to be forced to go to Capital One, here we are. When I told you guys last year, when I told you that I was not going to be happy with this merger, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I just knew it. You know, I even saw on Reddit where there are people that are saying that they cannot get in the Discover app. They don't know if their accounts have already been migrated over to the Capital One app. I have 2 Discover cards. I have like, I don't know, 3 or 4 Capital One cards that I've had for a while. They be in my drawer. I just take them out every now and then so they don't get closed for inactivity. So we just got to keep watching out. And of course, you know, I will report back to you all as I get information as these things are occurring. Let me know, guys, in the comments what you think about the high yield savings account of Discover moving over to Capital One. What are your thoughts? What are your feels? Let me know in the comments. I really do appreciate it. And we'll just keep seeing what goes on. So that's all I can say. I do appreciate all the love, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video.